Hey y'all,
What's up? What's up?
welcome to Q Tye
With the Turners.
Okay. So I'm Ty.
And I'm Q. What we gonna talk to the people about today?
The show is called Family Dynamics. So we're gonna give y'all a little bit of the family dynamics, letting y'all know what goes on in this house, how it's functioning, and everything underneath that, child.
Listen, because if y'all can see the behind the scenes, y'all would wonder how we do it, especially those that don't have kids. But those that have kids, y'all know exactly what we talking about, right?
And y'all who want to keep calling me, talking about, let me see a mirror. Where's a mirror? Y'all will understand why.
You gotta catch a mirror. You gotta catch a mirror. And then on top of that, my 17-year-old sister. But babe, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into all of that.
Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and change the show from family dynamics to raising a teenager and a toddler.
Yeah.
I think that's it right there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's.
But we're also having some other segments added in too. We're gonna give y'all the baby making process.
Yes, y'all been asking in.
A lot of people been asking, and I thought it was too late, but at this point, we just gonna put it out there because everybody been asking. So y'all wanna know? So here y'all go. But before we get into that, I'll just jump into the segment That's Real. So what you got to share with people for That's Real?
I'll say my That's Real topic, it has to be, That's Real is always going to be like, down south we always say, when it's something so real, we're like, that's some real shit, and that's what That's Real means. And so for me, I'll say that with my career and what I've been going through right now, I realized that I've always thought about chasing the bag and never thought about, chasing my passion. So I think that I'm gonna change that going forward. I'm gonna start chasing my passion versus chasing the bag, and praying and hoping that the Most High will align that bag with my passion. So that's real topic for me.
I feel that. I think I too have shifted into that mindset. I have never chased the bag. I think I just been working the work, and I just been blessed to have great career choice opportunities. However, after this job, I'm not working for nobody else. So that's why y'all been seeing me popping my shit, doing my fashion, doing my styling, being more creative, and being more consistent on social media, because baby, I feel like I'm too great to be behind a desk. We're not doing it anymore. Thank you.
Too great. How can you look this good and be behind a desk?
I don't know.
You can't do that. They need to see you.
Yeah, right.
Can't just be all this. They can't see this via Zoom or Teams. They need to see you. So
right. So, and if just to piggyback off what you said, I definitely feel like you do need to start chasing your passion and figuring out. Well, I think you already know what it is that you love to do, which is definitely people oriented, helping people grow and things like that. I know your strong suit is giving people advice, encouragement, development. So
thank you,
I feel like that's where you need to be. So
y'all, I'm blushing over here. I'm blushing.
God got his hands in it, so he gonna stir through that. So yeah, that's that. My That's Real for this week, I would have to add, is that self-care is very important. Yeah. I know life goes on and we tend to forget to focus about yourself. And it's not selfish, it's not inconsiderate. I just think that you have to be selfish when it comes to self-care, because we tend to forget about ourselves. We put everybody first, everything first, especially like working from home. I get so caught up in the functioning of the house, the in and out, what goes on in this house, and I forget to say, okay, Taisha, stop. Dedicate some time to yourself. Dedicate some time to go do what you want to do. I'll put everything on the back burner because life is keep rolling. It just keep rolling. And I'm like, if I go out to get my nails or my feet done, the house gonna fall apart. Which it's not gonna fall apart. It's just some shit just may fall where it fall, and I just have to keep understanding that. I go through this concept every so often. I'll get into it, and then I'm like, gotta do the laundry, gotta do this, gotta do that, and I get back into wife and mom mode. But I'm gonna do better with doing right by me.
And it's crazy because like hearing you say all that, it's like, especially the part where you say, if I go get my feet and my nails done, everything's gonna fall apart. And I guess as your significant other hearing that, it's like, dang, that's what you're thinking about when you're supposed to take care of yourself. You know what I mean? And it sucks because, I feel like we all have our different reasons on why we don't do self-care. For me is I think of everything else. I'm like, okay, we gotta worry about this bill.
You don't do self-care either.
Yeah, no, not at all. I ain't got no edge up and I don't know how long, but my mind is finances, you know, and then, okay, what else we need to take care of, the kids, my wife, you know, and then by the time I get it to me, it's like, dang, I don't have the time, you know what I mean? Or sometimes we need to, you know, focus that energy into something else. And so it's crazy how me and you both have like these different reasons on why we don't do self-care, you know. So I love that that's a real topic for you. And I think that's something that, you know, maybe our audience probably struggle with the same thing. And I think that if y'all struggling with this, give us some advice, please.
Yeah.
Give us some advice.
Put it in the comments. Let us know what y'all dealing with. What type of things that y'all forget to do, you know, read a book, take a walk, go to the mall. I don't know, go get your hair done. Yeah. Shit, just sit in silence. I don't know, but whatever it is,
let us know. Let us know.
What is y'all doing to give yourself that care?
Yeah, because we haven't figured it out yet. I know I haven't figured it out. Like when it comes to self-care, you know, if I was to go from, you know, rate it from 10 being the best and 0 being the worst, I'll probably put myself at about a 1 or a 0. Because I'm horrible.
You work a lot.
Yeah, I feel like you're way better than it. You're way better at self-care than I am. But I think that also. No, let me ask you a question.
No, you encourage me when I get in those moments to be like, I'm here to take a break. I'm here to give you a break or whatever. And I think we both can see when we're tired or we're reaching a certain limit, and we'll both be like, okay, you know, like when you come home, I'd be like, no, I don't want you to do nothing. Just sit down, you know, sit down, watch TV, whatever the case may be. But I also feel like we still have to find that balance because even when you're working long hours and you come home, that little bit of time that you do get to just decompress, it's still like, dang, I gotta wake up and do this shit all over tomorrow, and I can't give you a break every time you come home because it's like
things gotta be done.
Yeah. So,
and I think that, you know, that is like the relaxing part of it, and because like I'm coming home and most of the time I'm coming home late, what can you do at home that's considered self-care, especially when you have a 2-year-old running around, you know what I mean, and a 17-year-old that's needing you for something, or you got to check in with your 17-year-old. So I guess that's the hard part of trying to figure it out. So I guess we're kind of coming to our own answer, and it looks like it's just being more organized and structured with our time, which is something that we're trying to work on. So I really like that topic. Yeah,
and I know shout out to my girl Nicole. She's always giving such great advice when it comes to that type of thing. And she did mention, you know, organizing our time, or, you know, what we got going on as a suggestion, which I do think that some stuff do need to be set in stone. Like, you know, okay, Wednesdays, we got to do this at 8 o'clock, or Monday, 2 p.m., whatever the case may be. I feel like some stuff should not be negotiable. Yeah. Especially when it comes to, like, if your day is, I need my day on Thursdays at 7, whatever. I want to chill, watch things, put on something. That's my time. You know what I'm saying? So we have those dedicated allotted times, and I can't wait to try that. So we'll let y'all know how that goes, and hopefully it go good, because I think it will. And if y'all try it, y'all let us know, you know. And if we get great comments and a lot of feedback back about it, we're definitely going to shoot that over to Nicole. Absolutely. Who we hope and pray that will be a guest on our show. You know, she's amazing. That's my girl. She's amazing. So let's go ahead, babe. Let's go ahead and jump into this next topic. What we're gonna jump into our topics of family dynamics. We're gonna explain, like, you know, the dynamic of our household with my 17-year-old sister Nasia, and then our 2-year-old son Amir, in the process of how we got to Amir. Okay, so not jumping into our family dynamics, let's talk about this, man. And babe, let me just ask you, how does it feel to go from having no kids to having, you know, a 2-year-old and a 17-year-old living with you? It's a big difference. Shout out to all the single parents who doing it by themselves, who don't know how they getting through the day, but they doing it. Shout out to y'all. I know I have a lot of great mothers as friends, and, you know, we have our conversations and we lean on each other and vent to each other, and it's hard. It's real hard. And, you know, I be up here complaining and stuff, but I have a partner, I have my wife, who definitely, you know, takes on her part of, you know, handling our children. But it's some people out there who's like going through it, you know. Big ups to those single mothers, because it's hard out here in these streets. Because I be feeling it sometimes, because Q works a lot. So when she's working, I be feeling like, damn, I'm here by myself, I'm doing this, I gotta run from here, I gotta run from there. It just be a lie. So I be literally losing my mind sometimes. You know when they say check on the strong friends? Hey, y'all.
Yeah, and I think that a lot what goes into it so much is that, you know, those small things that people don't talk about so much. I guess when we wanted to have kids, you know, people would tell us about, they were like, oh, it's hard, it's time consuming, but you don't get that finer detail, that finer details. And what I'm saying is, like, for example, with Amir, right now he's at a point where he's in his terrible twos. So he says no to everything. He's throwing the tantrums. And then I have my 17-year-old sister who thinks she's an adult. Well, we have my 17-year-old sister who thinks she's an adult, and she wants to think like one and act like one sometimes and make decisions like one, but don't realize the consequences after them. Mm-hmm. And just having to deal with all that. And, you know, as an adult, you know, we're thinking logically, but when we're handling those situations, we have to almost think like them. Yeah. And I think that's the hard part.
And I think that's
for me, it is.
Yeah, it is. You've been doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
Especially with, like, you and Naja's relationship, you know, being more emotionally open and understanding to whatever it is that she got going on.
Thanks, babe.
So you've been doing a good job there. I know I've been struggling with the whole gentle parenting thing with our toddler, and even with the teenager too, because sometimes I be feeling like, look, I am not the 1, 2, or 3. We're not gonna keep going back and forth about this. Like, it just sometimes it just be like,
I'm not the 1, 2, or 3.
No, I'm not the.
Not option. Even a 1.
No.
Find somebody else to do it.
Really, for real. Mm-hmm. And so with when it comes to gentle parenting with the toddler, I'm really like a, hey baby, don't do that. Why are you doing that? I'm either that or I'm like, get that. Like, I'm really like either or. I'm nowhere in the middle.
In between.
And so it's kind of hard trying to find that middle ground or that balance. Especially when you feel like they're trying your gangster for real. Because if trying to person was a person.
But why they gotta be okay? Especially now, Naja, I do get it. Cause my little sister, you know, she's so smart, y'all. She's so intelligent, and it could be because I think she's so smart. She knows better. But us as parents, are we almost expecting them to know better because they're so smart instead of expecting them to be a teenager? You know what I mean? So when you say try me, it's like maybe they're not trying you. Maybe they just being their age. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I get that too, and that's another thing I wanted to bring up in regards to raising both a teenager and a toddler.
Yeah,
it's new territory for us. It's new territory for them. Especially, you know, the 17-year-old. We're just getting her, so she used to be with us a lot in Florida. She would come over every now and then. But we weren't raising her. You know, we had our parts in it.
Different now.
But we didn't raise her. So for her it's a whole new shift for her to get into the structure and foundation that we got going on, or how we want to raise our kids. Yeah. So it's different for her. It's different for us. I guess we all are learning. So I guess grace is due to us as well as the kids too.
Yeah, and
so
I think that
trying to find that.
What I was saying too is that when people give you advice, I guess because they don't give you the full stories and things and give you examples like this, you don't know like how hard it can be. Like, you know it could be hard, but you don't know what it all entails. And I feel like some of the situations that you go through, you be like, Lord Jesus, help me. You know what I mean? That's why they be saying, a lot of parents say you got to be prayer warriors, because to get through certain things, you be like, I don't know how this gonna work, you know, because, you know, this is hard. You know, I feel like you really have to have a lot of faith, and you have to be a prayer warrior, because sometimes, like you said, your patience is tested. Everything is tested, you know. But when it comes to Amir, for me, I think that he's easier for me. Reason being is because
they fight and they run and they jump all over the place and play karate and all that other stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, once I do that with him and then he do something, if I could just I also had to learn that with Amir, you know, even some of the videos you see me, I start trying to put them to use. I try to get down to his level, you know, say, hey, Amir, Mama says no. And he be like, no. I'm like, you can't tell Mama no in this situation. And for me, I start saying, Q, why are you saying this situation? Because I want him to be able to say, you know, if he don't like something, no for that. But if I'm telling you to do something, like sit on a potty, sir, you can't tell me no for this particular situation. And I feel like his response is totally different. When I do that, like today, he gave me a hug. But if I'm somewhere sitting around and I'm saying, Amir, no, Mama say no, he gonna say, no. So it's like he's almost mirroring what you're doing. You know what I mean?